Alrighty, so what it do, y'all? It's your girl Leia, and I'm coming back with another Navy related video. Right now I'm in the DEP program, so I'm just making videos as I go through this Navy process, and I'm only talking about what I've been through so far. So this particular video will be about my MEPS experience. It was crazy, like some crazy stuff went down during my MEPS experience. So I'm gonna hop right into it. So boom, right? I'm at work. It's about noon. My recruiter texted me and was like, come to the office at 3. This was the day I was supposed to, meet up and go down to the hotel. The day before, he said I can just come when I get off. So I'm like, 3? Like, this is not what we talked about. So I texted him back and I was like, 3? Like, can I come at like 5:30? Because at that point I didn't have my own car, so I wouldn't have a ride until 5 o'clock anyways, unless he decided to come get me. And if he didn't want to do that, I'll have to come up with some excuse on why I had to leave early, which wouldn't have been a problem because I really didn't care about that job anyways. But he texted back and was like, yeah, you can come at 5:30. So apparently I should have went there at 3, and I'll get to that later on. So I get off work and I go over to the recruiter's office. I have what I call my co-recruiters. I have my real recruiter, who is listed as my recruiter on all of my paperwork, and then a second recruiter who worked at the recruiting office. He helped me a lot. He was the one I first met with. He was the one who took me to MEPS the first time. I went to MEPS twice. Well, one day and then a couple days later. So I call them my co-recruiters. So my co-recruiter, he was there and he was like, we have to fill out some paperwork before we go. This, that, and third, yada, yada, yada. So I'm like, cool, whatever. So he's getting all the paperwork ready and he was like, I forgot to tell you that you had to do the questionnaire. And y'all know what fucking questionnaire I'm talking about. That long ass security questionnaire with all them questions. Yeah, I had to do that. So I'm like, okay. I didn't realize how long it was and how long it was going to take. But at the time I was like, whatever. So he was like, pull it up on your phone. You can be doing it while we're driving down there. This, that, and the third. I'm like, cool. So before we left, he had the chief of of that area call me and give me a little rundown on what I can expect. She was like, make sure you take a good shower, lotion up, pretty much prepare for this as if you were going on a date. Because things such as dry skin, which the MEPS doctors can think it's eczema, can get you disqualified, and you don't want any small thing to get you disqualified or sent back to get a waiver for. So I was like, cool. Listen to the chief. She gave me good luck. I was like, all right, bet. So we didn't leave the recruiter's office until like 7:30 or so, and the drive was about an hour and a half. So I didn't get to MEPS. I didn't get to the hotel. I didn't get to the hotel until like 9 o'clock. And my recruiter dropped me off. I went about my business, went to the little room with all the people and shit, and it was a cool little room. There was pool tables, people playing video games, watching TV, chilling, talking. And they had a check-in desk, and no one was at the check-in desk. So I'm just standing there looking awkward as fuck, waiting for further instruction. And I stood there for about 10 minutes until someone came in. And when she did, she was like, are you here for MEPS? And I was like, yes. And she asked me what branch I was with. I told her Navy. She asked me if we called ahead to let her know that we were going to be late. I was like, I didn't know I could be late. Like, no, we didn't call. She was like, oh, the cutoff time is at 8. I was like, oh. So she was like, do you live far from here? I was like, yes. In my mind, I'm thinking, y'all not about to send me home. Like, y'all about to figure out something, because figure something out. So she was like, just hang tight, we'll figure it out. And in my mind, I'm like, good. So she asked me if I ate already. I was like, nah, I haven't ate. And she gave me a little meal ticket to go to the little Mexican restaurant that was inside of the hotel. So I'm eating. Meantime, this whole time this conversation is taking place, I'm still filling out this goddamn security questionnaire. I'm eating, still filling it out. I finished eating. Yeah. I went back into the room, and about this time, it was about 10, an hour had passed. So it was about 10 o'clock. She is there talking with the hotel manager, and they're just talking. And at this point, majority of the room had cleared out. It was probably like maybe 5 or 6 people, maybe 7, I don't know, people left in the room. So we're just chilling, like we don't know what to do. We're just sitting there, and I'm still filling out this questionnaire. And about 11 o'clock, she's like, "Okay, guys, so it looks like it was more of you guys than we expected. So we're just trying to find room for all of you guys. Just hang tight, blah blah blah." Mind you, we gotta get up at like 3:30, like 3:45, and be down there by 4. I had planned to like already be in bed at that time, but there was nothing I could do about it. Plus, I started to finish the damn questionnaire. So at this point, my phone's dying. I had to find an outlet, and there was no outlets like by in a convenient location. All the outlets were like in a corner, far away from chairs and stuff. So I had to like awkwardly lean against this wall. If I sound like I'm cold, I'm sorry, because I am cold. It's a little bit chilly outside today. Anyways, so yeah. About 11:30, they finally found rooms for us. And it kind of lucked up because I ended up getting a room to myself. I didn't have a roommate. But I walk into the room, right? There's a suitcase in there. So I'm like, whose suitcase is this? Like, do they expect me to share a bed with a stranger? I was so confused. And at this point, I was on my phone with my dad because I needed his help filling out like a security question. And I told him, I was like, "Dad, there's a suitcase in here." He was like, "Go through it." I was like, "Oh my God, no." Like, no. He was like, "Put it outside." I was like, "No." Like, I probably should have put it outside though. I'll tell y'all what later. So about midnight, I finally finished the security questionnaire, and I get ready for bed, go to bed. About 1:30 in the morning, all I hear is banging on the door and someone yelling, "Hotel security." So I'm just like, what the fuck? So I get up and I go see who's at the door, and it's hotel security and this foreign dude. And this foreign dude is livid. He is upset. And the security lady, she was like, "Are you here with the MEPs?" And I was like, "Yeah." She was like, "Oh, it looks like they reassigned this man's room to you." And I was just like, I mean, sorry, like, what you want me to do? She was like, "Can you get his stuff?" I'm like, "Go ahead." Like, I'm not stopping you. So this man like just stormed past me and grabbed his suitcase. He was like, "Well, when I got this room originally, it was a clean room." And I'm like, "Well, hold up, sir. What are you trying to say? You trying to call me dirty?" Like, not the point. Anyways, so he grabbed his stuff, and the hotel security was like, "Okay, we're just gonna take you down to the front desk, try to find a new room for you." He was like, "I don't want a new room." Upset. I mean, I understand why he was upset. If my room got reassigned to someone else, I would be pissed too, especially if my suitcase was already in. That wasn't my fault. So they disrupted me about 1:30. I couldn't go back to sleep till like 2 something. So your girl had about 2.5 hours of sleep right before I had to take the ASVAB. So for y'all who don't know, and for y'all who do know, I was a same-day processor, or should have been a same-day processor. And what that is you go and you do everything in one day. You take the ASVAB, you do the physical, do the eye test, vision, blood, all that stuff, pick your job swearing, all that. Do all that in one day. I was supposed to do all that in one day, but I ended up having to come back a couple days later just to swear in and pick my job. So let's start with the damn ASVAB. So I knew I wanted to be an MC. That's the only job I wanted. And for MC, you just have to do really well on the 2 math sections and the 2 English sections. So all them other sections didn't matter to me. I only studied the math and English. And those are the sections that you need to do well and to even qualify to be entered into the military anyways. So I did really well on that. Yeah. And by the time like I got to the end, I was freaking dead. Like, I didn't want to do anything else. And then the guy in the room who was like overseeing all the test takers, he was like, "Oh, you're going to the Navy, you have 2 additional sections to take." I was just like, bruh, like, what? I don't want to take nothing else at this point. Nothing else matters to me at this point. So, finished the test. He told me I scored the highest of the day so far. I got an 82. So I was excited. I was like, it's lit. Not the point. So what did I do after that? After that, I went back to the little Navy office because in MEPs there's an office for every branch. Sorry about these damn barking ass dogs. Like, they're annoying. Anyways, so I had my blood drawn. I got my hearing done. My hearing was, fine. For those who don't know, the hearing test, you sit in a soundproof room, put on some headphones, and you're going to hear a beep in your ear. Excuse me. And you have to press this little clicker button thing every time you hear a beep, no matter if it's a loud beep or a soft beep, because they will do like a really, really, really soft beep to see if you can pick it up, if you can hear it. So at one point, I wasn't sure if I was hearing a beep or if I was just hearing ringing in my ears, but I was just clicking a button anyways. I was just clicking shit. But I did well. I passed, obviously. So after that, blood, vision. I got 20/20 vision. I knew my vision was fine, but my depth perception, though, I about failed that bitch. Because the little example she showed me, it was obvious which showed the little circles was bolded and which ones wasn't. But when I was actually doing the test, some of those circles, it wasn't obvious to me. Like, some of those circles, it looked like 2 of them was bolded equally. Or it looked like none of them was bolded. And I got the wrong answer twice. And she was like, nope, try again. Nope, try again. She was like, if you get it wrong again, it's just going to be a fail. And I was like, oh, shit. And I was like, what happens if you fail depth perception? I didn't even fucking know. But I didn't want to fail. And I didn't. So the next time I got it right, and I was like, yes. No complications. So after that, I think after that we did the breathalyzer. You do have to do a breathalyzer. No, I did the P test and got my blood drawn. So the P test is a standard P test. Well, it's not standard at all, actually. You squat or you pee in a cup in front of the MEPs personnel or whatever. So there's no hiding it. You cannot fake that. You cannot use fake urine. You can't, try to dilute it because it's going to be obvious. There's no passing it. Like, if you think you might not pass it, don't go MEPs. Wait, because you don't have to go right away. But if you go and you fail, it's over with. Like, they will try to psych you out at MEPs. They will tell you if you fail for marijuana, you have to wait 90 days and then you can reapply. If you fail for cocaine or something like that, you have to wait 120 days and then you can reapply. No, all that's bullshit. If you fail for any type of drug, it's over. It's a wrap. Like, it's done for you. So, yeah. So, and then they say that they have to send it to a lab or whatever for them to check the results. No, they drug test that shit right then and there. Not the point. So we went into this room where we did our breathalyzer, and they give you like a little piece of paper where you have to list if you have any tattoos or piercings, all that stuff. And yeah, and then they have you fill out your health questionnaire form again. And if anything on the health questionnaire that you're filling out at MEPS differs from the one you already sent in, it's going to be a problem. They're going to ask you about it. They're going to ask why is there a difference, what changed. I'm not sure what's going to happen. If it does change, if something is significant, they might make you get a waiver. If it's way too significant, they might disqualify you. So I would recommend sticking to exactly what you put in when you first submitted your package and not changing your story, because like I said, they will try to punk you and be like, if you lied about anything, come clean, or it's a false enlistment, blah 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 blah. My chief warned me about all of that before going to. So yeah, that's how. And then it was this one guy there. So we were just sitting in the room. The lady had left because she had to get more papers or more breathalyzers or whatever. And it was quiet. And this guy was just like, so this dude just failed the drug test for meth. And we all was like, what? Like, what? He failed for meth? And he was like, yeah, he failed for meth. And they just told him straight up. They was like, sir, we can no longer process you into this into our system because you have failed the drug test for MEPs. For meth. And yeah, please go wait for your recruiter in your respective office. So that's how they know that they drug tested right then and there. They don't send them nowhere. They do send your blood though to make sure you don't have HIV or anything like that. But yeah, so after that, what came after that? We did the physical. Physical wasn't hard. Clearly I have some balance issues. All of the tests that tested balance, I was wobbling and shit. And we did bring the attention of the physicians. Well, it did catch the physician's attention that I was wobbly as fuck. I didn't get disqualified. They was watching me as fuck though. After that, it was just like after every move that we were supposed to do, they would just staring at me and shit. And I'm like, I don't have good balance. Like, leave me alone. That's why I don't do lunges, because I don't have good balance. So after the physical, you have your personal physical with the doctor, and they pretty much check between your legs, make sure you're actually a female, make sure you don't have any genital warts or hemorrhoids or anything weird down there. Make sure you don't have any obscene scars from any major surgeries. Make sure your body's good, all that stuff. Also, quick tip: make sure when you go to MEPs you are wearing a regular bra and cotton briefs. Don't wear any thongs. Don't wear any racer back bras, any type of strapless bra, any type of sports bra, or anything like that, because you can get sent home or being told to come back. I originally wore a sports bra, but after they said we can't wear those, I changed into like the bra that I wore the day before, and I was fine. But if I didn't have another bra, I would have been asked out. So yeah, just keep that in mind when you go into MEPs. And what else did I do? I think that was about it. Physical, blood, hearing, vision, the test. Yeah, so that was pretty much all I did the first day. Like I said, I had some waivers that had to be cleared, and I ended up coming back like 2 days later just to pick my job and to swear in. So when it comes to picking your job, don't let them punk you out. I told my recruiter that the only job I was interested in was being an MC. He knew that from the jump. Everyone knew that in my office. They did say, keep an open mind, yada yada yada. I was like, yeah, right. Ain't no open mind. It's MC or nothing. So I went back there to pick my job, and I'm pretty sure my recruiter already relayed the message to the Navy MEPs personnel, because they told him to kind of pull me to the side to try to convince me to be an aviation mechanic. They were like, since you got a really high ASVAB score, they just wanted to offer you this job. Excuse me. I was like, did you see my section that I got in like the mechanics type section? Like, did you see my score? Y'all sure you want me to be an aviation mechanic? And he was like, since you did get a higher overall ASVAB score, it shows the Navy that you have the capacity to learn the material and to grasp it and yada yada yada. I'm like, nah. They was like, well, the A school's in Pensacola, after class and go to the beach. Well, I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not about to have a job I'm not going to like for 4 years. No. Especially a job that I can't, quit. No. So I met with the lady who was, handing out the jobs and such. And she was like, I was like, do you have MC available? No, first I told them that I wanted to ship out as soon as possible. I went to MEPs in October, and I was like, I'm looking to ship out November, December. So that's what was on their mind first. They was like, they have hospital corpsman, aviation mechanic. I can't remember the other thing they offered me. But I was like, is MC available? They was like, no. I was like, oh. They was like, but you did get a high score, so let me see what intel jobs you qualify for. I was like, all right. In my mind, I'm like, I really don't care. Like, I want MC. So they told me I qualify for cryptologic technician. I was like, what? In my mind, I was just like, what the hell is that? Like, I don't know what that is. And they gave me a paper, and I was just like, And they could like see my mind. I wasn't feeling it. And they tried to like fill me out a little bit. They were like, why are you so interested in MC? And I was like, Well, I told them I graduated from college with a degree in mass communications. I really just want a job that's going to help further my career path, yada, yada, yada. They was like, well, you don't want to do it and get burnt out. No, I'm not going to get burnt out. This is what I had a passion for. I'm not joining, in my mind, I'm like, I'm not joining the military unless I have this job. Like, yeah, I was really about to tell them, hit me up whenever MC is available. But he was like, let me look further out. And that's what he did. He found out that MC was available, but it wasn't shipping out until June. And I was just like, fuck, June? Like, damn, that's like 7 months from now. But one of the personnel was like, if that's the job you want, if that's the job you really want, take it. Because it comes up maybe twice a year. It's really rare. And if that's the only job you want, take it. And I was like, yep, you're right, give it here. So I signed my contract, did my fingerprints, and that was that. I swore in, did all of that, and, it was lit. I got the job I wanted, and I'm extra excited to start doing it. I'm extra excited to ship out. And I kept telling them, I was like, if there's a possibility for me to ship sooner, let me know, because I will be out of here in a heartbeat. And I was like, we'll keep that in mind. So yeah, that was my MEPs experience with the craziness going down at the hotel, and then dudes failing MEPs from meth. So yeah, if you guys have any of your own crazy experiences going through MEPs, going through that whole process, put them in the comments below, because I would love to know about them. All right, bye bye.